YouTube. Everyone watching, this is Denise from Dueling Bunnies, and I'm coming at you with a pretty long video. Um, this is gonna be about the March 2012 ban list and this petition that has been going around YouTube. Man, my hair is like, I'm looking at this, I'm like, damn, I need to freaking comb the freaking hair. I just was like laying down taking a nap in my PJs, so I decided to make this video. I saw VCTR Fest. He's not posting on his main channel because of a particular person who blocked his channel or whatever. But Mr. VCTRFS posted a video saying Occupy Konami does nothing, which I think he meant to say nothing. So I watched that video, and that's how I got directed to this petition that is being placed on change.org. Konami of America sees the unethical treatment of the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG player base. That's the name of the petition. And, I'm just kind of, I was reading this. I did not sign this petition. And, I don't want you guys to get offended. If you do support this petition, by all means, if you support the petition, sign it, If you feel strongly about it, sign it. But there's some things in this petition that I highly think just are not right. And some things that I just think are stupid. So I'll address those in a minute. But I wanted to address first the ban list, March 2012 ban list. Now, we know that I made a video with Jonathan about the March 2012 ban list and what I thought about it. In the video, obviously, I was not very happy because it was, candid camera type thing. We just saw the ban list, so we were kind of both like in shock, dumbfounded about the ban list. We didn't know what to think about it. I was shocked. I mean, this has been one of the weirdest ban lists. Those are one of the things that I can say about this ban list. This has been the weirdest ban list I've ever seen, because it kind of really didn't do anything. It killed one deck. Excuse me, man, my throat. It's killed plants. It hit Earth. Cool. Striker unnecessary. Tengu, that was shocking. TCG exclusive being hit to 2. I didn't think Tengu was a big problem anyway. I didn't think Tengu was broken. If I'm the only one who thinks that way, then okay. If you guys thought that Tengu was broken, I did not. I didn't think Tengu was a big deal. There's ways to stop Tengu. It's annoying, but it's not broken to me. But anyways, it's hit to 2, so I was shocked there. Excuse me. Burp. Torrential being brought to 2. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Call of the Honda to 3. I didn't understand why they would do that and not ban Monster Reborn. Monster Reborn with BLS being out and still being out, which I don't know why BLS was not touched either. That didn't settle well with me. But I'll talk about Call of the Haunted because I kind of have a change of heart on it. Lumina being brought back to 2. I was okay with Lumina being brought back to 2. I think that Light Swords definitely got hit too hard. And they've been in need of something to make the deck a little bit better. Lumina being brought to 2, I like that. I definitely do. All you Light Sworn players, you have my support. Power to you. Power to you. So yeah, I'm kind of happy that Light Sworns are getting something back, What else do I want to say? What else about the ban list was not good? Banning Trishula. That was how was I not talking about that first? The banning of Trishula, guys. Me and John, a lot of people like that Trishula was banned. I mean, they thought it was a broken card. Number 1, sinking into a level 9, it's easy, but then again, it's really not, guys. Sometimes it's easy in theory to bring it out, and maybe some decks have it a lot easier to bring out plants. It's easy to sink into Trishula. But, for other decks, I don't know about you, but I have a problem sinking into Trishula sometimes. Level 9s can be kind of complicated for me. When I run plants, not so much. But other decks, hell yeah. Not very easy. So, okay, here's what I think about that, okay? I would much rather you ban, Brionic first. Like, ban Brionic before you ban Trishula. That's just all I have to say about that. I would have preferred to see Brionic on that list rather than Trishula. That's just me. Me and John think that way. You should probably ban Brionic before you ban Trishula. I think Brionic is easier to bring out and a bigger problem than Trishula is. But that's just me. So I didn't really agree with Trishula getting hit. I mean, it's kind of whatever. I really don't care. I mean, there's Mistworm, and Mistworm's a great alternative to Trishula. So, that's that. What else do I want to talk about? Well, Glow Bulb and Spore being banned. That was kind of a little overkill, in my personal opinion. I don't know why Glow Bulb was killed. You can only use its effect once per duel. Guys, it's not that broken. If you wanted to hit plants, I would have said, you know, ban Dandelion. That would have hurt. But Glow Bulb and Spore, you know, come on. They're not that bad. I think that banning Dandelion would have hurt the deck big time. But you just ripped both lobes of the heart. You get me? Like, it's just, you just ripped the entire deck apart. Do I care that plants have been hit? No. I mean, I was kind of expecting it, you know. I was expecting plants to get hit hard in this ban list. Harder than they were hit last time. But, damn, they just stabbed the heart and then they stomped on it. That's what they did. They stabbed it multiple times and then they stomped on it. So, poor plants. I did run plants, but it was just because I could, and I wasn't playing it for long. You know, I was playing TG plants for much longer before I started running the tour guide variant of plants. So, you know, plants or whatever. I mean, I didn't care losing them. But yeah, they got stabbed and stomped on. Other than that, I really have nothing much to say about this ban list. But, you know, a lot of people have been kind of mad about this ban list, and they've been, you know, I kind of have a change of heart on it, guys. On the video, I was not very happy about it. I was kind of like, what the hell, Konami, you can suck my clit. But, you know, I kind of have a change of heart now. Looking at the ban list, it's not that bad. It's actually a very playable ban list. A lot of people are saying, okay, you know what, Konami didn't do anything. They didn't solve any problems. You know, we're being forced to play Windups, Inzectors, and Dino Rabbit. And I want to stop everyone right there. Any of you that think that is true, please just go hide under a rock for a little bit. Just leave. Go to sleep. Do something. Because your annoyingness is annoying everybody. That is not the case, guys. I mean, there's so much that you can run this format to stop the meta. A lot that you can run. You know, those that are so closed-minded that they have to, you know, run Windups, Inzectors, and Dino Rabbit, that is not true whatsoever. Marquise Henderson, our last YCS champion, is proof of that. That you do not need to run the top-tier decks and the expensive cards in order to win. Man, excuse me. Marquise Henderson. Young kid. I would think he's about 14, 15 years old, maybe 16, no more than 16. Really young kid. And he came to his first YCS ever. Came with a budget build. I'm talking no effect veilers, no maxis. No effect veilers, no maxis, no tour guide in his deck whatsoever. Okay? So let's keep that in mind. Let's play this scenario. Little guy. He looked kind of bony, kind of skinny, kind of shy. First YCS, coming with a TG deck, no effect veiler, no maxi. Lowest rarity on most of the cards. I'm talking super solemn warnings. I think he ran like common MSTs, common heavy, common everything. Okay, so there you go. Lowest rarities on everything, no effect veiler, no maxi. And he wins. Now, soak that in a little bit. Let it marinate. Let it marinate. He won the YCS, guys. Won. When mind you, we're in playing windups, rabbits, and insectors. A little boy in his first YCS when Billy Brake was there, Alistair Albans was there, big guys were there. He wins. There's your answer. You don't need to run the top tier decks, and you don't need to run the most expensive cards to win. You don't. What you need is a brain, common sense, and maybe some skills when it comes to strategizing. This is a game about strategy, guys. So maybe you need to sharpen your strategy skills before you start jumping on this bandwagon that you need to run the top tier decks to win. That's not true. There's a lot of decks out there that can do really well with this format, even with the new ban list. TG Striker got hit to 1, but TGs are still really viable, guys. They're not dead. They're far from it. I thought they were, but I started thinking, and there's so many builds that you can do with TGs, even with the ban list being, hitting Striker and hitting Tengu. There's a lot that you can do. There's Photon Saber Tiger is a wonderful deck thinner and a great card in TGs. Thunder King is still untouched. You still have, other great alternatives. The Skill Drain is still there. Beast King is still there. The deck is still really viable, Skill Drain kills the meta. Kills it entirely. Windups can't do anything. Inzectors can't do anything. There's just so many options, guys. There's so many options. You have Gravekeepers are still highly viable in this format. Really good, actually. One of my favorite decks, I respect that deck entirely. It was my first real deck. The first that I created was my Gravekeepers, and I still have them, guys. I mean, if I could, I'm gonna show you. Let me show you, okay? Here's my backpack. I have them on display. This binder, I don't trade from this binder that I'm going to show you right here, this monster binder. I don't trade from this binder, but there's all my Gravekeepers on display in this binder, and I love them to death. I don't think I could ever get rid of them. That's why I've never traded like the gold spies or anything. And people have asked me for them and stuff, but I can't do it. It's my deck, And many times I'll pull it out of this binder and I'll build it because I love the deck so much. They're highly viable, and it's a great deck to run. I mean, there's so many good decks that you can run this format that you don't need the Dino Rabbits, you don't need the Inzectors, and you don't need the wind-ups. So, guys, I think a lot of us are overreacting about this ban list. It's highly playable. Torrential being brought to 2, I didn't know why they did that, but now I understand. There's this deck, this format is a really extremely fast, aggressive format. Torrential will really make your opponent kind of fear whether or not they should swarm, because there's a big possibility that you have a Torrential there. Some people might not run 2 Torrentials, but your opponent doesn't know if you're running 2 or not. You might not be running any, you might be running 1. But they don't know that, and that fear of the unknown, the fear of, hey, he might have a second Torrential in there, that kind of stops your opponent from wanting to swarm, you know what I'm saying? So, there's a lot that you can do. You can stop the wind-up loops, they swarm in the field, and they're about to exceed. You can just clear the field with Torrential. Inzector, same thing. They go, Dragonfly. Centipede is on the field, and then, oh god, it's just nastiness. Torrential the field. Torrential being brought to 2 is really good. Dino Rabbits, they bring out the dinosaurs, Torrential. Guys, this format is highly playable. I don't understand what the big deal about it is. I think everybody's just focusing on the fact that windups and rabbits and Inzectors did not get touched, and that's why they're mad. But they didn't need to be, because there's still ways to play them. They're not that bad. If you cannot, play against Inzectors or windups, maybe then you're the problem and not the deck, The deck is good. Trust me, it is. I played Jonathan's, and man, it's good. Jonathan built a one-tip deck, and it's good. I mean, it's fast. It clears your hand. Everything. But when you know how to play them, and you know what to Veiler, when to Veiler, if you don't have Veilers, Fiendish Chains, Skill Drain, you know, when you know when to activate those kind of cards, it's really easy to beat the deck because they're so weak. They depend on swarming the field and exceed summoning, popping your hand to attack, you know? So that's how I see it. They're really weak, so when you can stop them, you can win, you know? Same with Inzectors. I played on Saturday Dark Worlds. I took Dark Worlds because that's what I'm running until I get my deck built for this format. And I did end up losing to the guy because of one misplay that I made on game 3. Because I had won game 1, he won game 2, and we were on game 3. And I misplayed. It was horrible. I was really mad. I brought out a Grapha when he had a T-King on the field, and I don't know why I thought T-King couldn't negate Grapha. I don't know why I didn't think, I thought that, honestly. I made a huge mistake, and he negated my Grapha, and that was the end of me. But, you know, things like that, misplays, not understanding something, or thought, I knew T-King could earlier, but I still brought him out anyways, and he negated him. Why I did that, I don't know. But, you know, misplays like that cost you the game, you know? So, but I was dominating the entire way through because I knew how to play them. I knew what to stop, I knew what to side, and everything. So, guys, this format is not that bad. Now, as to the petition, because this video is getting kind of long, as to the petition, why I don't like this petition. Because it addresses everything that I said is not a big deal in this format. They're talking about, you know, Konami wanting to maximize profit, that they don't care about balancing the game. You know, I agree with some of this petition, and then again, I don't agree with a lot of it. I don't agree with the majority of this petition. I definitely agree, though, that Konami should link the OCG and the TCG when it comes to card rarities. That I do believe. I don't like the fact, I think Rescue Rabbit's a rare in the OCG, but it's a secret rare here in the TCG. I'll probably cover up a little bit. Freaking boobs everywhere. Okay. But it is a rare in the OCG and a secret here in the TCG. And that's what I think the problem is the card rarities, because we end up getting really expensive cards here in the TCG, and that's what's making it a lot harder, I guess, for I don't want to say less fortunate players, but those that really just cannot afford to spend that much money on this card game in order to be a little bit, to run the decks that they really want to run. You know, I think that it should be accessible to everyone to play the decks that they want to play, whether it be Gravekeepers or Dino Rabbit, you know? So, that I do agree. I think that we should be linked in card rarities, but I don't know about, you know, I don't know about the TCG and OCG, you know, kind of like being like one thing. Card rarities I do agree with, though. That's something I do agree. Another thing that I do agree that this petition addressed was that there should be a better communication base between the Yu-Gi-Oh! Players and the TCG management and whatever it is, where we should address key concerns that we have with the particular game state and the balance of the game. But in general, this petition I don't think is going to get anywhere, guys. I don't think it's going to start anything. I don't think it's going to solve anything. And I generally, honestly believe that Konami does not care. Unfortunately, that's how it is, guys. They're a business, and they're going to continue this. It's up to us to comply, you know, and adapt, because it's how they want to run their game. It's their rules. They're going to do what they want with the game. We don't run the game. We just play it. So adapt or quit. Give up. You know, it's up to you. You're not forced to play this game. You know, I don't want to lose players in this game, you know. I don't want to lose Yugi tubers because of this stupidity. Just, guys, be good Yugi tubers. Be good Yu-Gi-Oh players and learn how to adapt. Learn new strategies. Learn how to stop these top tier decks if you can't run them yourself. And that's it. That's as easy as it gets. That's all I have to say about this, guys. You know, your opinions can be expressed down below. You know, I definitely agree. I don't like the fact that, you know, a lot of this game you have to play with your wallet. I don't agree with that. I am on your side when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to send a petition that, you know, it's not going to get anywhere. I highly suggest that we take a look and analyze this ban list. Work with what we have to make the most competitive deck we can with what we have. Don't break the bank to be competitive. If you can't afford to run Dino Rabbits and you want to run them, run them. But if you can't afford Dino Rabbits, you know, and you want to be competitive, there's ways to be competitive. Build skill drain variants of decks. Build, you know, anything that you want that you think will do great in the meta. Always keep the meta in mind when you build a deck. Have an answer for everything that you face. If you're going to face Insectors, make sure that your deck can play against Insectors. If you know that Dino Rabbits are big, make sure that your deck can stand up against Dino Rabbit. If windups are big, make sure your deck can stand up against windups. Have something for everything. Make sure your deck has an answer. And you'll do fine. Marquise Henderson was the prime example of that. And he's a great inspiration to all budget players. So, you know, that's all I have to say, guys. I'm sorry this video is so long. I just wanted to talk about this. I know a lot of people are bothered and all, so thank you for watching. It's Denise from Dueling Buddies, and I'm out.